Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video. So this is kind of a follow-up to my NBA The Run video. Some things that I've been seeing like in the community, like content creators, people that got to play the game early. Today is May 1st, so this is the official day of the play test, like the closed play test that if you signed up for and you have Steam, you get to play it if you get a code. Now there's, several content creators that have been making NBA The Run videos. Uh, People that I'm, subscribed to, because I've been excited about NBA The Run as well. I feel like arcade games, specifically like sports arcade games, have been missing from the industry for a while. And it baffles me because, NFL Street, NFL Blitz, NBA Jam, NBA uh, NBA, oh yeah, NBA two or NBA NBA 2K, NBA Street, NBA Jam, all those games um, have always been widely popular. They are, classics. People bring them up all the time. And, somewhere along the lines, the industry said, hey, we're just going to go all sim. But not realizing or realizing, but not caring that not everybody is a sim head. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is, you know, okay with playing simulation games. Some people want that pick up and play, and for me, I want both. I've been a part of the sim community. I played Madden my whole life. Not so much anymore. Here and there, I'll dabble in Madden, but I grew up playing Madden my whole life. NFL 2K, NBA Live. NBA 2K, NBA Inside Drive, all of those games, man. I played all of them, but I really do love my arcade games, man. And so when NBA The Run was announced, because first it was the Run, and then it became NBA The Run because NBA approached this small team to, hey, how about we throw that NBA license on there and you get the NBA players in here? We turn this into a new version of NBA Street, and so you know everybody's excited, right? So as the months and months go on, ever since last year when they debuted like the trailer, you've had people excited. You had people kind of question things of what they saw, the way the animation looks, in terms of like player movement, uh, and you've had content creators covering this game for a long time. The one of the things that, and not just one of the things, a few things that irritate me when people say things like it's a small team, and I've said that before too, but I'm gonna get into this why I'm saying it specifically for this. But it's a small development team, give them a little bit of a break. Um, when they say things, no game is perfect. They say it for everything. People will review something and they say, well, no movie is perfect or no TV show is perfect. But when you really think about that statement, it's wrong in a way because for that individual who loves that game or for that individual who loves that said movie or TV show, a lot of the times it can be perfect to you. There might be some imperfections here and there, but you do watch a show or a movie or play a video game that you literally have no issues with. So even though a game might not be perfect for everyone, I do believe that a game or a movie or a TV show can be perfect for the individual that really loves that thing. Like for me, I'll throw this out as an example. I think Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a perfect game. I loved every millisecond of playing that game. I go back to that game constantly. On this channel, I will talk about how much I enjoyed playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And for me, if I were to review that game, I don't think that I would nitpick anything because I literally enjoyed my time the entire playthrough. So you can't really say that nothing is perfect because it indeed can be perfect for you. I think people just kind of get afraid to talk like that and they always have to feel like they have to critique something about it or it has to be a thrown in excuse if they see other people are upset about what they're saying about a product that they're hyping up or a product that they love, which leads me to the next point. Another thing that I cannot stand, and you see it a lot in the gaming community, is people being upset at other people not sharing their same enthusiasm. And so they immediately go to, oh, you're just being extremely negative about it. Why are you being so negative about it? It's gotten way too much hate that it doesn't deserve. Just all this stuff. It's like, look, man, at the end of the day, people are going to have their opinions. And I used to be like that too. Trust me, I'm not trying to say that I'm exempt from having that mindset, but as you get older, you do start to realize that, no, man, like people have the right to, complain or be upset about something that is just not jiving with them. And I've seen content creators that have gotten to play NBA The Run early before May 1st. That, I don't know if they've been so hyped for so long that they're playing the game with rose-colored glasses. I don't know if there's a thing where maybe the developers are saying, hey, just you can tell the truth about the game, but talk more about the positives. I don't know if they're being kind of talked into being overly positive about the game. I don't necessarily know what it is. But just from the eye test, because I have not been able to play NBA The Run, and I mentioned these things in my last video, judging by what I see, the more I see, there's a lot jumping out that I'm not happy with. And there's a lot of people not happy with when it comes to NBA The Run. I think at the end of the day, NBA The Run is a game that people are hoping is great, including myself. We're hoping that it's great because we have severely missed arcade style sports games. And we have severely missed the joy that we felt playing NBA Street games and NBA Jam and all of that stuff, but specifically NBA Street, just because this game is so close to NBA Street. But when I went back and at the beginning of this video, when I talked about one of the things that I hate is when people say it's a small team. I understand that there's only 18 developers on this game. However, these 18 developers are not rookies. Oh, and by the way, I sounded like Stephen A. Smith right there. Oh, and by the way, one of the developers worked on NBA Street. He worked on the NBA Street titles. So when you're seeing the negative comments, don't get so hurt about the fact that people aren't sharing your enthusiasm or they're being too hard on a video game. It's not like I can understand caping up for a human being, right? For, people being mean to somebody and they don't deserve it and stuff like that. I get that. But when we're talking about something that is supposed to be for our entertainment and we don't like it, you're not hurting anybody's feelings. People are simply just trashing the game. And I feel like they have every right to do that because them having that emotion of whether they're talking about it or typing it out in the comment section, it comes from them having the same level of hype that you did. But when they saw, the same thing that you've seen, they're like, wait a minute, this isn't what I was expecting. This isn't what I was expecting. And so I think that those people have very much a right to complain or be upset or, just be disappointed in what they're seeing, because I got to be honest, after the hype died down, right? Because I was hyped the other day when they talked about the release date coming out in June, when we actually finally got long gameplay. Like, we didn't just get a gameplay trailer, but because of these content creators, several of them got to play the game early and uploaded all of their videos. I mean, we're seeing full games. There's videos that run about 35 minutes where it's just game after game after game. And that was exciting. But I gotta be honest, after more and more that I keep watching this stuff, because people are still uploading videos from their little play test that they did, there's a lot of glaring issues. And I think that just like with WWE 2K, a lot of these content creators are doing their subscribers a disservice by not telling the truth. Yes, they're pointing out certain things, but at the same time, they're being overly positive. And as I mentioned before, I don't know if this is, the devs kind of nudging them in that direction. I don't know if there's some sort of NDA where they can't necessarily speak their whole truth. Or is it a situation of you've been so hype and so excited and you've been chosen to be a part of that selected few that got to play the game early? And as I mentioned in previous videos, when I talk about WWE 2K, there is something about that. People feel special when those things happen. You feel like, hey, I've made it in this YouTube space because I'm talking about this game and I'm getting recognition because I've been promoting this game for this company and they sought out my channel and they gave me a code. Or, hey, I'm a big, 2K basketball in general content creator. And so because I game, they sent me the code or flew me out and I get to play this game early. I'm a part of that special, unique crowd that gets to have hands on. And so I think things like that kind of cloud people's judgment. And I'm going to tell you why. Cosmic Wonder. I don't know how many of you watch Cosmic Wonder, but he even talked about this before, about how when he would get sent to a red carpet to view a Marvel movie, he does Marvel content for those who don't know who the Cosmic Wonder is. But he talked about this in a video, and I respected him for saying this. He said that he gets flown out to to do the red carpets and see the movies at the premiere. Like he'll see the movies before a lot of the population gets to see it, right? Before it releases. And he even said that because he's so excited and it's such a big moment, he does kind of walk away from the movie loving it. But when it all starts to kind of settle in or he sees it again, he starts to kind of change his opinion. He doesn't like the movie as much as he thought he did because the situation kind of made everything bigger. And so it made him kind of watch the movie differently. And I think that that is what's happening with these content creators, because I've seen content creators get upset at the people who are being negative. And it's like, why are you being upset when people are just judging the game based off of what they're seeing? I don't care how small a team is making a video game. They've played video games before. They should know people want fluidity. The game isn't fluid. They should know that when you have a sprint button or a turbo button and you're using that in any game, you need to make it feel like there's a sense of speed. How is that not implemented? That's fundamentals right there. It looks like everybody is jogging up the court. Why is every player dribbling with one hand? They'll do a trick move, which they don't have a lot of in that game. They'll do a trick move and the ball still ends up in the same hand. Now, not only is that lacking video game fundamentals, that's lacking basketball 101 fundamentals. I don't know how many of you have ever played basketball before, whether it's organized or in the park. Fundamentally, if you're dribbling the ball and a defender is going towards that side of your body where they can swipe the ball from you to get a steal, they teach you, and it's a natural instinct, to dribble the ball over and bounce it to the other hand. That's kind of like how the crossover comes about. You have to you have to move the ball from hand to hand in order to keep it away from the defender. That's the whole point. If I'm just dribbling down the court with my right hand and I never change, that's a recipe for disaster. Yet, if you watch the gameplay footage to NBA The Run, they literally do not have an animation where the ball bounces in the other hand. They're just dribbling with one hand. Like, come on, man. That is no, that shouldn't be a thing. So when people see these things, I think that people need to understand that it is coming from a real place. And the problem is that a lot of these people, content creators, aren't being real enough about the situation because of their hype, or maybe they were told not to. Who knows? Because a lot of people, I even saw a video where people kind of refused to go into their negatives, and they made the statement that they're going to go into the negatives once the game fully releases. Why not go into the negatives now? The devs need to hear about what needs to be fixed in the game right now. It does need better movement. It needs to look more fluid. You need to have way more animations for shooting, not just a floater, a fadeaway or no, it's not even really a fadeaway. It's like a side leaning like jump shot, a regular jump shot. You need to add in layups. There's literally no layups in the game. Every gameplay that I've seen, I have not seen one layup. There were layups in NBA Jam, and NBA Jam was mostly all about dunking the ball because of how unique they would dunk the ball in NBA Jam. But even NBA Jam had layups. There were fundamentals in NBA Jam because even though every player in that game could dunk, not everybody could dunk from far away, which leads me to the next point. You're making an arcade basketball game. Now, apparently they are supposed to be fixing this, but you're making an arcade basketball game, but you have to dunk pretty much right underneath the hoop. You have to be right by the rim to be able to dunk. Every basketball arcade game since NBA Jam, you've been able to pretty much dunk from the free throw line. There's no excuse. So when people see these things and they get upset and they voice their opinion, they're not hating. They're judging the game based off of what they see. No, they haven't played it, but there's a lot that you can see with your eyes on issues and things that's wrong with the game and that people like myself are pointing out. Because I have to be honest, as much as I want NBA to run, these issues, I don't think right now I could get the game. It depends on how expensive the game is, because like I mentioned, and hell, by the time I upload this video, we'll probably know the price. But I said my speculation is that it won't be a full price game. Hopefully it's not, because if it is, I might really be passing on this game. Because last but not least, before I end this video, a big problem that we have, and before I talk about this big problem, I will throw this out there. I am fully aware that when you buy any video game, you run the risk of it being a disappointment. I think we all, literally all gamers, no matter how old you are, we have all bought a game, several games in our life, more than several games in our life, where the hype was there. We were excited. And then it was either not as good as it was supposed to be, or it could have been a complete flop. With that being said, too many times in this new modern era, we are asked to put our money down, pay for a game for the potential of what it could be instead of it being already a great foundation. And I've seen people say that. Support this game. Buy NBA The Run. Make sure it's supported because the devs are going to continue to make updates to it. What are we doing? When we buy a car, are we buying a brand new car for the potential that it's going to work the way that it should? Or are we buying a brand new car off the lot at a dealership because, oh, hey, the company, the manufacturer, they said they're going to keep updating to the car. They're going to keep, putting more things in it and make it run better and all this. Like, no, when you put your money down on something, it should be for a fully done product. Yes, if you're going to have updates, that's all fine and dandy. But I don't know about you guys. I'm sick of paying for the potential. I'm sick of putting money down for the hopes that a game continues to get supported and they do continue to add to the game. It was the same thing like with Project Motor Racing. They hyped everybody up. Oh, Project Motor Racing is going to be great. Now, granted, Project Motor Racing did get better, but people bought that game day one for full price thinking that it was going to be something that it wasn't. And so what did people essentially have to do with Project Motor Racing? They had to wait until the game got better. They had to wait for the devs to implement things that should have been there from day one. And it's kind of the same thing right now with NBA The Run. Content creators are saying, hey, support this game because they are going to be updating more to the game. So you mean to tell me you have to buy this game and then later they're going to make it more fluid? You have to buy this game now and then later they're going to add more layup animations and shot animations and dunk animations? Because I haven't even seen a lot of dunks. Right now, and I kid you not, from all the gameplay that I've seen, there are more dunks in the first NBA Jam game than there are in NBA The Run. These are fundamentals that are missing from this brand new 2026 game. And people are acting like we don't have the right to be concerned about that or upset about that or a little hesitant about buying into this product. I don't know, man. You guys let me know what you feel in the comment section. It's your boy Soul Drum 86. And I'm out. Peace.